Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at TheTechTrader.com. It's Wednesday, August the 10th. These are the charts of the day. We have had a really nice rip-roaring rally today in Wall Street, and a lot of stocks have run, breaking out, doing well here. We're going to go over a few of the better ones. Many of them are swings, starting with ABCL, which is a swing, and today a huge bullish engulfing bar from 1064 to 1374, more than 3 points, closing 1334. And that was up $1.95, no more than that, 1334, yeah, up more than 2 points and about 18%. A really big day. It's nearing the top of the channel. Maybe some resistance at about 14. Next target, 15.75. AEHR, what a winner this has been for us. It broke out, it pulled back, it wedged, it then exploded, and it's gone from around the $10 range to 80% in just a couple of weeks, but it's up every day for 2 weeks in a row, nearly about 11 days in a row. At this point, it's at resistance to, and it's been featured before in the charts of the day, but I said it's getting near a resistance level. Indeed, it is. If we get any follow through tomorrow near 19, it's probably a exit because it's too far too fast. AFRM, another swing of ours, is moving nicely. Gapped up, popped, ran up 420. That's 13%, 15 million. Looks like it's going to enter the zone between 45 and 51. Those are our next two targets. Big day for ALLG, breaking out of a downtrend, exploding from 367 to 638, 583 near the close, up 212, 57% today. Popped on 9.5 million, unheard of volume for that stock. And now we're probably going to test 7.25, and then maybe we can get it up to 9 in that area. ARRY at 23 with an explosive breakaway gap. Open 21, was as low as 20.08 and got as high as 23.61. Finished pennies off the high, up 529, a 29% gain, and 12.6 million, one of the biggest volumes of the year. Coming out of inverse head and shoulders with a breakaway gap and a rising wedges is one beautiful chart. I'm looking for a run at or a test of the 27.5 range. BACB had an explosive breakaway move today. Volume was a hefty 19.3 million, and it popped 83%, going from 405 to 737 before finishing at 661, up 3. We may get a follow through towards 9. Bingo. Well, it was in the front row today as it popped and took out the highs from April, and now is at the highest level it's reached since January. But today's pop from 233 to 3, up, closing at the high of the day, going away up 74 cents at 33% on big volume, looking for a follow through to 3 3/4. Speaking of the follow through, CGC popped and closed above the 50-day moving average for this first day in many months, and it's broken out of the base, it appears. Next targets are 4 and 5. Carvana, after popping out of the base, exploded, pulled back for 2. Today gapped up again, up 588 at 14%. If we can get this to 51, you're looking at 60 and 75. CYBR with an explosive pop on volume and on earnings, it came right back down towards the breakaway point, usually a buying opportunity, I think. We'll see. The target is 180. ENVX popped another 174 at 12%. They got up to 1615 from 1440. My target now, about 17.25.5, a little bit more. Then we may run into some problems, but it's a nice space and a breakout. Fuel cell popped this base as well today, spiking 431 to 490, finishing a penny off the high, up 63 cents, nearly 15% on 21 million. I have a target right now of 5.25, 540, and then we're looking at a run up towards 6.5 and 7.5. First Solar has been a stellar breakaway gap from the base, popped and flagged for 4 days, and popped again and pulled back and retested and filled the gap, only to come up again today, jumping another 550 to looking like it wants to test the November high at about 123. Marijuana stocks in vogue. GRWG looks like it's coming out of a base here. Today's pop from 507 to 597, finishing a penny off the high, up 96 cents or 19%. It was an excellent move and a strong close. Now I'm looking for a test of near 7. In mode swing looking really good, and it's accelerating. Today was up another 245, 7%. My target 42.3 zone. INVZ popped, put a swing on it, it exploded. You can see the breakout here, the pullback there, and then today's big pop. Looking for a move, I think, to about 8 on this stock. Jumia might be a flyer here as it pops and breaks out. At resistance, next target has to be around 10. LABU. Well, you know what I think about this one. It's been bullish ever since it reversed here. And I've been long and strong in that 5-6 range. It's doubled now to over 12, closing at 12.54 today. That was up another $1.10. My target, 15 and 17. Mara, the Bitcoin realm with a pop today, breaking out of its declining top line, lateral price resistance, jumping another 225 or 16%, 33 million. Looking like it wants to make a run and a test of that zone right about 19.5 to 3/4. Big day for Invitae, exploding. We caught it as it broke out in the 368 range. Watch it fly to 9, finishing 863. That's up a whopping 250% today in one day. Might see an extension. If you do, if you get one up to a large 11 3/4, 12. Omeros exploded another pop, an extension of $1.26, so 20% more. Mine picked up a little bit. This is right at resistance, but it might accelerate and trade in their 8 3/4, your next target. PACB coming out of the base and exploding on volume. The last weeks saw this go from 4 1/4 to 7.5 3/4. I got a target now up in the 10 range. Plug also came out of a base pop, formed a 2-day little wedgie and ran from 20 to 29 and change, and my target now is 32.5. Seed right at key resistance. I want you to see this base. It's a massive inverse head and shoulders. Key resistance at 12 and then at 14.5. If we get through the range right where we're at, it may run right towards 13.5 and 14.5, my next targets. TPIC had a very excellent session, now up for 5 days in a row, 8 of the last 10. And a big breakaway gap there with moving averages crossing over and then a wedge. This is a little bit ahead of the game in terms of being extended, but I think your target might be 28 on this move up. Really good momentum. TTD, well, look at that breakaway gap. Only up 19 3/4 or 36%. Big breakaway move though, tells me we have momentum. We may get to the mid 80s. Unity Software coming out of a base, now up for 8 days in a row and looking like it wants to go even higher. I think eventually this one tests 63.4 and 70. Big day for Vuzi. I saw it break out 3 weeks ago. It then wedged, popped, wedged, and popped again today, jumping 136 or 17%. At resistance, however, next target 12. Finally, YELL, the junior trucker broke out of a major, well, it's not junior, but the trucking firm, junior stock. It's been exploding. It literally has gone from under 3 to over to $8, 150% just in the last 3-4 weeks. And that's a look at some of the hot stocks at detectrader.com for Wednesday, the 10th of August. Good night, everybody.